and crew. Yeah, and a little boogie in the background here. I have a very, very special guest with me today. It is my absolute privilege and pleasure to have the one and only Ferny Ceballos on live with me today. Hello, Ferny. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing, Helen?
Awesome. Thank you. So, who's here live that's met Ferny before, knows who Ferny is? I refer to him, as many do, as the godfather of attraction marketing. I don't know if he sees himself that way, but
I just need
certainly.
I just need to get some goons, some people to break some legs and some kneecaps, and I'll be good.
Yeah, right, for sure. But Ferny has been a mentor in my life for a number of years now. When I first entered the online space and I didn't know what I was doing, I came across Ferny and his company very sort of early on. And his wisdom has guided me, and Ferny has helped me over the years to build, what I have today. So I'm very grateful to have Ferny in my corner and to learn from and to be a mentor of mine, and will continue to do so, to keep me on the right track, tell me off when I need to be told off, and guide me when I need guidance. Yeah, the tough love, it's very much needed. Everybody needs a good mentor in their corner. Joanne's met you before, Claudette's met you before. So I know there's some people in their community that are familiar with you, but there's probably certainly a number of people that haven't. So would you like to just share a little bit of background of yourself, Ferny, so those that haven't met you before just learn a little bit about, how you came into this space and all the incredible things you've been able to achieve in this online space?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Helen, for having me on. Hello, everybody. I'm sure people will be watching the recording, so hello, people in the recording. And so, I started like a lot of people in this space, building the old school way, doing what my upline told them to do. My background is in engineering. I was an aerospace engineer. I'm no longer an aerospace engineer. I worked on top secret space stuff for the government. It sounds sexy, but that's as sexy as it gets just saying that. The actual work was pretty dull and uninspiring. And, within 2 days of working in aerospace, I did not want to do that for the rest of my life. But I had this vision created for my life that was bigger than any job could contain, probably. If you guys know, I graduated from MIT with a computer science of electrical engineering, or a degree in electrical engineering and computer science. And there is where this vision for your life was painted for me. It's like you're told over and over again that the world is your oyster. You can do anything. You're here to be great and live a great life and make an impact and all that stuff. And after hearing that for a while, you start believing it. And so, but coming out of such an elite institution, and maybe that's what makes them elite, is not necessarily what they teach, but how they brainwash you to believe that you're going to be doing amazing things, so that when you go off into the real world and are disappointed, that motivates you to fulfill that vision. And certainly for me, I was motivated to fulfill the vision that was not fulfilled by my job, because I did expect freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. I expected life to be easier, and it didn't get easier, it got harder. And I expected all these things that did not happen, even though had a great career that people congratulated me for. And so I went searching, and the only door that opened that offered me even a tiny possibility of creating something bigger than what I had and having a bigger impact was network marketing. And so I went kicking and screaming into this space. I did not want to do network marketing. I avoided it. I was conned into a meeting and I hated everything that I heard at the meeting. But the only thing that convinced me to actually enroll was just the possibility, the tiny possibility that I can create financial freedom, time freedom, and be able to move wherever I wanted to move and have not my income not impacted by that. And so that's why I went into the space. I was coachable, did everything I was told. For 9 months, I did it the old school way. I hated it, but I did it anyway. There was a lot of things that I did that were deceptive and inauthentic. I did them anyway because I was desperately seeking a way out of my current situation and striving to do something that would give me that vision, that freedom. But then, I burned out after 9 months. Not only did my team quit, I was pretty much ready to quit. And I found my mentors, Mike Dillard and Tim Irway, who were the first to introduce me to these concepts of attraction marketing. And I was all in. As soon as I found attraction marketing, just something inside me said, this is what I need to do. And this is what's going to help me attain that vision that has had eluded me up to that point. And within 2 years, I became a six-figure earner, was able to quit my job in in the aerospace industry, never looked back, have never worked for anyone else ever since. A few years after that, multiple six-figure earner, seven-figure earner. I started a training company that was an event-based company, and that was the No Excuses Summit, and did that for many years. It was its own business in and of itself, the biggest event of its kind. No one had done an event for network marketers that was A, generic, and two, was teaching online strategies. We were the only ones that had an event teaching online strategies. In fact, many of the people that ended up launching events thereafter were speakers at my event. So they obviously saw an opportunity to start make money from events or do something like that. In 2014, I was invited to become a partner in the exact same company and organization that I was a student in. Mike Dillard was retiring for network marketing, and Tim Irway was staying on, and he wanted a business partner that he could trust. And I was honored that he chose me, and I merged my business with his. And ultimately, that business is now known as attractionmarketing.com, and it's attractionmarketing.com as a way to pay homage to the roots of where attraction marketing was honestly born. It was born with Mike Dillard, Tim Irway, and I get to continue that legacy. And so it's pretty awesome. I've, between myself, Mike, and Tim, we've coached thousands, literally thousands of six, seven, and eight-figure earners who built their businesses 100% online. And so our impact not only is direct, but it's ripple effects. I've met leaders who are 8 generations from myself or Tim or Mike, where their leader taught them, learn from this person, and that person learned from this person, and that person learned from Mike Dillard or Tim Irway or myself. And it's just pretty cool to see that ripple effect happening. And it's not even we're barely scratching the surface, tip of the iceberg. Network marketing is still living in the Stone Age for the most part, but it's catching on. And even building on social media, having a social media strategy is just not enough anymore, because people are just defaulting to prospecting the traditional way of just doing it online. And so there's a big need for what we do here. And obviously, Helen is a case study of what's possible. She has a massive brand all over social media. I can't count the number of social media channels she's on, the amount of content she produces. She's a superwoman, highly motivated, but she has, in addition to working hard, she has skill sets that she learned, and those skill sets, originate with my mentors, and they work with any platform. They work social media, whatever social media channel you want. They work if you want to do automation, which we'll talk about, and advertising, and it's just foundational to building a business online, doing it authentically, and doing it in a way that leads with value. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Ferny. You've had an incredible journey, and it's just, I'm blessed to learn from, somebody like you, and the skills that I've learned in it. When you think about it, it's a pretty short time frame, isn't it? Like when you think of your lifetime and everything else that I've done in corporate and studying whatever, what I've learned online is really in a short space of time, but quite impactful. And if we look like at the online space and what you were just sort of saying about, how it changes and platforms, and a lot has changed
mhm.
just in the last, you know 6 months, let alone a year. And how we build online has changed. The strategies have changed. The platforms keep popping up. We've got things like TikTok these days, and I've become more aware, and this just has been smacked back in the face for me in the last week with TikTok, is automation and AI and how that fits in. And we don't have to do the hard yards that even I did a year ago or so with creating content and ideas, because we've got all these AI tools that are available to us now at our fingertips. Like, can you chat about what you're seeing and the opportunities for people in this space to get I guess essentially work smarter and not harder, Fernie, isn't it? With the things that are available to us these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the beautiful thing about AI is that yes, it allows you to work smarter. You can get more done faster. It's a great tool for simulating ideas, especially because marketing is all about ideas, coming up with content, and sometimes we get like kind of like writer's block. We don't know where to start, and so AI is is a stimulator. You can get the ideas flowing, and then you build from there, and then it's like you're bouncing ideas off of a friend that's really smart, but it's not a friend, it's AI, chat gpt or whatever you're using. And so it gets ideas flowing, it helps you write content. Where it's most valuable, I believe, in this space is for the brand new person to level up the quality of their work and the effectiveness of their marketing in a way that wasn't available before. um somebody who's, when I let's say one of the most important skills in marketing is copywriting, and we'll talk about copywriting. But copywriting, I'm not talking about copyright law or anything legal. When I say copywriting, I mean with a W, writing. And copywriting is basically the skill of writing ads and marketing material. So, writing a social media post, writing an ad, like the words that go there, writing a script for a video, uh, content for a funnel. What do you say in a funnel to generate leads and automate more of your business? Writing emails, it just copyright, writing articles, writing blog posts, etc. And even just how you the structure, the ideas for how you create social media content. That's all. Those are all ultimately the skill that holds all that together is the skill of copywriting. It's creating content that influences, that sells, that moves people towards making a buying decision. And so everything starts there. So whether you're doing social media marketing, advertising, automation, organic, copywriting is a skill that you're going to need to be a student of and get really good at and commit yourself. And for those of you who are like thinking, well, I don't know, I don't want to be a writer. Like I'm not a writer. I want to just learn how to like recruit people and make money. Well, the better you get at copywriting, the more money you make. The worse at copywriting you are, the less money you'll make, basically. So I'm saying copywriting is going to help you get to where you want to go. And if you think it has anything to do with writing like what you did in high school, that's not the type of writing this is. This writing is a lot more fun. There's no rules, but there's definitely some foundational principles to it. It's not about grammar. It's not about like sentence structure. In fact, good copywriting breaks all the rules that you were taught in school. It's about influence and how do you influence people with your words, whether they're spoken, whether they're written. And so that's a skill that everybody needs to learn. Period. End of story. No matter how you choose to build, if you're going to do any type of marketing, social media or automated, you got to learn copywriting. So that's number one. And so, but copywriting is something that you need to practice. It's a skill that you have to learn. You literally have to go to school. You have to become a student and learn copywriting, learn the principles, the psychology behind it. Hopefully you're getting mentored, but there's books on copywriting. There's courses you could take on copywriting. There's mentorship programs. We obviously, Helen learned copywriting from us, and that's the reason she's so great at. That's the reason all of you are here is because she's a really good copywriter. She knows how to write stuff, and she knows how to use that skill to create lots of different pieces of content. And so, but that's a skill you have to learn. And the first time you do it, like the first time you write your first post, your first ad, your first email, whatever it is, it's going to suck. It's going to be bad. And our students have to be okay with being terrible when they start, and that's not a good feeling to have when you first do something for the first time. Occasionally we'll have a student that kind of like does a pretty good job, and on a scale 1 to 10 they did a 4 or a 5, their first time, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. Like, and then you find out they have some background in something that kind of helped them and in that. But for the most part, everyone's going to suck at it the first time they do it. Helen sucked at it, I sucked at it. It's just a given. AI now gives you the ability to start way above suck. So if on scale 1 to 10, 0 is you totally suck, and 10 is like you're a master, AI gives you the ability to actually start from a place of a 3, 4, or even a 5, maybe even a 6, depending on the market. And so now you're not starting from 0 anymore. When you use AI to help you come up with ideas or even write content for you, if you know how to use it, it can give you some pretty good quality copy, ideas for posts, for emails, etc. Or at least it gives you a starting point where you can kind of like tweak it and build from there. So that's a game changer. Now marketing is more accessible to newbies, and you don't have to go through that trough of sorrow of learning to write copy and getting the feedback that you suck, you suck, you suck. You're getting better. You're getting better. Doesn't suck too bad, and then eventually, okay, that's not too bad, and that's pretty good. And then eventually, after a few weeks or months of working at it, eventually you're like, okay, that's pretty good. So it's like you have to work at it. Well, AI eliminates those first 2 or 3 months, and you start off with something that's pretty good from the get-go. And especially when it comes to like automation, there's a lot of people that are talking about using AI for social media, creating content. I don't see anyone in the network marketing space talking about how this changes the game for automation. If your goal is to ultimately automate your prospecting, your lead generation, well, there's a system, a marketing system called a lead generation funnel that we taught Helen how to build this type of system that attracts and generate leads and sells people for you. And I can walk through the steps of that, but the point is this type of 2 or 3 page, very simple website is designed to convert visitors, whether those visitors are from an ad or from a social media content, visitors into leads that give you their contact information. And then after that, the system sells them on the next step, whether that next step is to buy a product, whether it's to schedule a call with you, whether it's to watch a presentation, and it does it automatically. And then if they don't do it right away, then the system sends them emails or text messages or both in a drip campaign that reminds them, by the way, did you do this yet? By the way, you're really going to love this for this reason. And so now the system is doing follow up for you. So, all the one of the things I hated about doing traditional network marketing was follow up. It's like once somebody says no to me, I really don't want to follow up. Screw that. I'm not. I got an ego. I have pride. I'm like, I'm not going to chase anybody. But when you got emails doing that for you, and then on their own, people go, okay, I'm ready. Well, that's beautiful. And that's the skill that ultimately all our students, whether they start off with social media, that's where we want to lead them towards, because it frees you from a few things. One, if you're going to combine it with advertising, it frees you from maybe having to be as consistent. If you're not a social media butterfly like me, I'm kind of opposite of Helen. Helen's very like active in social media, a content machine. I'm not. I don't like to document my life. I don't like to like record videos or any of that stuff. Like this is as video as I get being on this live. And like my team has to like, like pulling teeth to get me to record something, a video for use on social media. Cause I like advertising. And so advertising is kind of like eliminated the need for me to be super social on social media. And I kind of just, for the most part, stay off of it. I have a blocker that eliminates my newsfeed on Facebook. So I can't see my newsfeed on Facebook. I only go there to go into my groups for our business. And so that's, where I'm at now. Not, I didn't start there. I used to be a number one influencer on social media. But eventually, like, I just wanted to like not be social anymore. But I didn't want to give up the benefits of being social. And so that's where advertising came in. But even whether I was doing social media actively or whether I was advertising, I always had a funnel where I directed people to that funnel where they can opt into my email list and get something of value in exchange for their contact information. And then I can drip on them and present an opportunity to buy something, buy a product, schedule a call with me. And then I had that email list so that whenever something came up or I want to invite them to take a look at my opportunity, I can send an email to them. For anyone that's open, looking for an extra income stream, they can opt into another funnel and then watch an automated presentation. And then when they finally book a call with me, I know they've watched the presentation. I know they're highly interested. I know that I'm not dealing with tire kickers. I can see they filled out an application, so I can see the answers to all the questions. If I don't like their answers, I'll cancel the appointment. And on top of that, they had to pay me $50 just to submit an application. So I charged people to apply to join my team. All that was automated, and I still have that automation, and Helen has that level of automation as well. And the reason for that is because she learned the skill of copywriting and the skill of creating funnels. But the problem is what I said earlier. If your copywriting skill is at a low level, your funnel's not going to work very well. It's not going to convert visitors into leads. It's not going to convert leads into sales until your skill gets to a point where it can do that. AI eliminates that initial period of tears and failure and regret, and eliminates that. And now you can start off with pretty good copy for your funnel, for your emails, for your ads, your social media posts. And so that's what is pretty awesome about AI. And I was a pretty skeptical guy. I studied artificial intelligence at MIT. I was very cynical of what was possible with AI. But when ChatGPT came out and I saw what it could do, I was like, man, you know, AI has certainly changed since I studied it at MIT, and it's now mind blowing, and it levels the playing field for anybody to do anything related to marketing. The only problem is everybody has access to it, but I think also the the people that are gonna use AI the best are going to be the people that are actually the best marketers. So you actually, you're gonna the quality of the work that you produce with AI will improve as your skill set improves.
Mm.
And you'll always need to work on your skill set, so it doesn't absolve you from learning copywriting or marketing, but it does give you a place to start where you're starting at a 3 or 4 or 5 instead of starting at 0. And I think that's really cool because it just means you get to results a lot faster.
Mm. Who listening here, or even on the replay later, still comment in, knows that they could probably utilize AI, but you're not either at all at the moment, or you've heard a little bit about it, but you really don't know where to start, or you're using it a little bit, but you could probably learn a little bit more about it. Like, I'm intrigued what your thoughts are about AI. Just put that in the comments. And who can relate to Ferny's comments regarding automation? Who would like more automation in their business? Those of you that were following along with my TikTok bootcamp last week, you know what happened to my TikTok. It exploded, and I did a test. So Ferny, you wouldn't know this. I was just trialing and testing some different things. And so I just put a test out there saying, email me the word X at my email address. So kind of automating it, but the response wasn't automated, Ferny. So it went viral. I got inundated with responses, and all I did for days was just respond to people individually with the message, with the information that they wanted, and send it out email after email, like manually. I did it all manually. Some of you that were with me last week with that, you'll know what happened. Like, automation is just a savior, but I think AI is still quite underutilized. Ferny, I'm sure you would agree with those of us that are building a business online. You could really use AI to speed up, the quality of your content, even things like headlines and attention grabbers, copy for your social media posts, all those kind of things, as well as the automation. So,
You had a really good problem. Too many prospects to talk to.
Yeah, exactly. Because I keep saying it's a good problem to have. Like, I'm not complaining. So, how can people learn a little bit? Like, I know you've done a lot of work in this area lately, like with AI and automation. So, how can people learn more about this particular topic and how to implement it for themselves?
Well, one of the things we're doing next weekend, starting on Friday, for 3 days, 2 half days and 1 full day, is we're holding what we call the Ultimate AI funnel building and automation workshop. So if you do end up being in the position like Helen, or even if you don't have go viral, but you have consistent viewership and flow of prospects, how to build a simple funnel as a beginner, as a newbie, that can collect leads, generate leads, follow up with them automatically, present the next step, which is to either buy something or book a call with you, and do that on autopilot. So we're going to create a workshop where all the skills that we taught Helen, we're going to teach it. And we're inviting friends of ours like Helen to invite people to that workshop. It's only $97 to attend the entire weekend. You're going to basically, the reason we're doing the workshop is actually to replace one half of our curriculum for our 6-month mentorship program. And so half of, basically, by going to that workshop, you'll have gone through half of our curriculum, and that part of the curriculum has everything to do with automation. So, we kind of believe in killing five birds with one stone, and we're re-recording our curriculum. We're doing a workshop to help our students that are currently working with us so that they can implement and get stuff done in 3 days versus 3 months. We're inviting guests, so that's what we're talking about here today. You guys can come as Helen's guests to attend this workshop, and we get to expand our community and spread our impact. And we just I think we just get to hang out and have fun with a lot of cool people, and you guys can learn some serious marketing skills. And then on top of that, show you how to use AI to make the learning and the implementation of those skills a lot easier, even as a new person, even as someone that's a technophobe. And we're actually rolling out our own custom attraction marketing AI platform. So we have a custom AI platform that basically eliminates the need for you to subscribe to ChatGPT and all these other AI tools. Basically, everything you need to do marketing is all encompassed within this one tool. It's an interface for it's an interface that's powered by ChatGPT 4. So it's like we're not abandoning ChatGPT. We're just leveraging its AI power and customizing it for our purposes. And so before I share with people how they can, get their ticket and attend, I'd actually want to do a demo, if you don't mind, Helen, of the
Please.
AI tool. Because people are pretty excited. The only people that can get access to it right now are the people that attend the event. If you're a student and you attend the event, then you'll get access to the tool for as long as you're in our program. If you are a guest, you'll be able to use the tool throughout the weekend and for about a week thereafter, and then you can subscribe to it if you want, or you can explore, working with us if you want. But it's a really cool tool where it's not ready for prime time, where we're going to roll it out to the public, but those that attend will have the opportunity to use it on an ongoing basis. So let me just share my screen, and you can add it. And you talked about attention grabbers. So if you notice here, this AI tool has something called templates. So you guys, how many of you have ever struggled with a prompts, what to ask ChatGPT, what to put in it to get the answer that you want? Like, how do I word this? How do I ask it the right question, or how do I phrase my question so it gives me the right answer? Like, drop me number one if you struggled with like just what to put into ChatGPT. Like, if you wanted to help you come up with a good attention grabber. Well, you have to tell it what your target market is. You have to tell it, like, educate it as to who are the people you are targeting and want to attract, and you have to give it all this information, and then you have to put that in language that it'll understand. So these templates eliminate that problem, because if you want to, let's say, come up with an idea for a social media post, well, you just go here, go to this template. You basically it'll ask you some questions, and then it'll actually generate the content for the post. So these templates, all you have to do, depending on what you want to do, you just need to answer questions. So we created, for example, target market generator. So if I go here, so I need to generate, first of all, I need to come up with the content on how do I describe who my target market is. So the people I want to help, Helen, you went viral with something, so you tell me what your target market was there.
Yeah, so that was middle-aged women who are trying to lose weight.
Middle-aged women trying to lose, middle-aged women, like primary problem. I say struggling to lose weight.
Yep.
And then language, English, quality type as well. You can choose the level of quality. I like to use good because it uses very simple language. Sometimes if you go to premium, it'll use fancier words. So we'll just start with good. The tone of voice. I don't like to use professional. I like excited or funny or sarcastic, like something funny. I'm going to choose funny because I want to have some fun. And then I can tell it how many different types of responses do I want it to generate for me. I'm going to say just a one. And so what it's going to do is going to basically generate everything I need to know about my target market and the things that they care about, so that then I can, use that information to do other things. So I'm going to click generate. It's going to, Helen, if you remember, it's going to generate a target market table from scratch. So all the problems, the fears, the wants, the dreams of that target market, it's gonna generate that. And now I can take that and use it for ideas on what to create content on, because the thing that my target market cares about, they say they want, is going to be generated in this post. So we'll just wait for it a few seconds longer, but it should generate pretty soon. And so I just click a button. I input some information. I click a button, and then it'll generate what I'm asking it for. Let's wait.
The anticipation.
Yeah, it's been a little slower lately, but it still generates the content. There you go. So now, see the problems: the pesky menopausal weight gain, the evil cellulite, jiggly arms, cruel joke, metabolism slowing down. What are the fears? Becoming the before picture in the weight loss ad, breathing heavily after climbing one flight of stairs, trying on clothes. You see retirement spent in doctor's offices instead of at the beach resorts. So what are their desires? So now you have all these ideas. Like when we work with our students to come up with all this on their own, it literally takes them weeks to like come up with this. Well, now you have an AI that comes up with it on its own. You can save it. So middle-aged women, weight loss. I can save it as a file now. Now I just saved it. And now I'm going to go to another template and go, okay, well, now I need to write some attention grabbers. So I'm going to go here to this template, writing attention grabbers, some hooks that will generate. And so who are the people you want to help? Middle-aged women struggling with weight. Main problems. Well, I'm just going to copy that. So I'm going to take all the main problems that were generated over here. I'm going to paste that over here. And main fears. Well, I'm going to copy this over here and paste it over here. What are the main desires? Well, I'm going to copy that over here. This is my marketing skills at work here. Copy, paste. I'm going to paste that over here. Desires. What are the main dreams? So I'm going to copy the dreams. And I didn't come up with any of this. ChatGPT did all this.
You've turned hours into work into like.
Yeah, I'm going to copy it over here. What are the common beliefs? Common beliefs. There you go. I didn't even realize I did that. So post that in here. And so now avoid using these words. So if you're going to do any type of advertising or you can't use certain words on social media, then you just give it the words that you can't say. So Helen, are there any words that you want to avoid when posting content related to weight loss on social media or on TikTok?
Well, guaranteed weight loss. You can't make false promises.
Okay, guaranteed. Or guarantee.
Lose weight fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just do that. Like there's and then we won't do funny, but we'll do excited. And so now it's going to generate 10 attention grabbers that I can use for advertising, that I can use for social media posts. And these attention grabbers hopefully are, AI is never going to be perfect. AI won't, because I have almost 20 years experience doing copywriting, it's not going to generate copy that's better than what I can write. For me, it gives me a starting point. But if you're new to marketing, it's definitely going to generate copy that will be better than what you can do. So there you go. So last month, I effortlessly zipped up my college jeans without starving myself or counting calories. So there's one attention grabber. Number two, I nailed the art of looking fabulous in a bikini, all without torturing myself with crazy diets. There's another one. Most middle-aged women think that cellulite is a lifelong battle. Guess what? I found a way to kiss it goodbye without painful procedures. Well, that's a little off topic, but okay, we'll forgive you, AI. Get the Baywatch base strut without the grueling gym routines or crazy diets. I transform my body and life without spending countless hours in the gym or depriving myself of delicious food. So you guys get the idea. All this stuff is what our students would use, and this takes hours to generate on your own. And in the beginning, you're going to suck at it. This level copy is like, I think right now it's like a 5 or 6 level copy. And so it's pretty good, and it's most importantly, it'll work. And so we can do this over and over again for other activities. Like Helen, we can capture page copy, headline generator, pre-headline, headline, subheadline, lead magnet ideas. It'll do a lead magnet outline for a giveaway. Thank you video script. It'll generate all of that with basically a few clicks. So I just wanted to demo this because this is the tool during our workshop that we're going to leverage. And so if you guys want to check out and be a part of that live workshop, we don't sell recordings for our workshops. We want people there live and in person. $97. You can go to attractionmarketing.com/Helen. Helen, I got that link for you. Attractionmarketing.com/Helen. Helen will put it on the screen. But it's a $97 for a 3-day workshop where we show you how to create all the content and the copy you need for creating automation. We'll also show you how to get access to our funnel and website builder that also uses AI. So you can basically create your own custom lead generation system so that if and when you do go viral, people can opt in, request the information they need. They don't have to bother you. You don't have to reply to their DMs. They can do it on their own. They can buy the product on their own. You can build an email list from scratch. And even if you don't go viral, well, that's much better than having to go back and forth in DMs all day, every day. And so there's a lot of people on social media that don't want to interact with anybody. They see something interesting. They just want to know where you got it. And even just the idea of messaging you and getting in a situation where they might be sold, they're resistant to it. So you having a way for them to automatically get the information you need and stay in touch without them having to talk to you is actually something that I would love. I don't like to talk to human beings when I want to buy something. I like to like to make my own decisions. And that's the reason I love attraction marketing, because it's like an automated sales robot that doesn't make people feel weird and awkward and pressured. People always feel in control, like they're the ones making the buying decision, but you're using marketing, copywriting to influence them to make that decision and increase your income and your sales.
Mm. So just a question there, will the workshop be recorded for replay? So it is a live event. So depending on what time zone you're in. So if you're in the Australian time zone, you have to be up through the night for it, which I've done.
Tell them what that's like, Helen.
I've done plenty of that over the years. It's just sometimes, I have seen this information before. I'm fortunate enough to be one of the speakers at the event as well. I know the quality of training. Like for $97, what you're going to get from this event, it's worth, the sacrifice of being there live. Just trust me on that one.
Well,
Um,
it's a workshop, and so we're actually implementing. You getting your hands dirty, we're helping you. So that's the benefit of it. It's like information is ubiquitous. Are you, you know, you can consume content, you can buy books, you can watch videos, you can buy courses that teach some of this stuff on Udemy if you want for like 30 bucks. But are you going to actually get some help, someone guiding you and working with you and implementing as you go? And actually getting something done that would normally take you 3 months and get it done in a single weekend. That's really the benefit of it. We recorded for our students, for our active students. We do not sell recordings to the public, but we do on special occasions offer guest tickets to our events, and that's what we're doing now. It's a guest ticket. You're able to come and experience something that would otherwise cost you way more money to access, and it would require you to be a student. And so, you know, the value is there if you make the time and make the arrangements, and you'll get access to our AI tool. You'll learn how you can use other tools to build your funnel, and ultimately the most valuable thing you're learning is what I talked about earlier, copywriting. If I didn't sell you on the value of the skill of copywriting, there's people that make seven figures and eight figures being copywriting experts. Just that alone. I'm one of them. Like, I would not be any good at anything I do if I did not learn how to write copy, the words. And I just showed you a tool that can get you basically halfway there from a quality standpoint, that we developed, that we customized. We created these templates and we programmed it so that all you have to do is just answer some questions, and then it'll generate all the content that you're going to need. And during the workshop, we're going to be doing it the old way. We're going to teaching you the way we taught Helen, because I want you to experience that. Because knowing that information is going to make you better at how to prompt AI to get what you want. But then, you know, what we're going to do is work for 2-3 hours on a particular part of your funnel, and then we're going to use AI and get the work done that would took us 2-3 hours, get it done in 30 seconds. And that's, we want to contrast that because we want to teach you how to fish, but we also want to give you not only the fishing pole. You know, we're not going to give you how to fish. We're not going to give you the fish, but we're going to give you this badass automated fishing pole that finds the fish for you and then pulls them out of the water. That's the best way I could describe AI. It's just like a really awesome fishing pole that actually attracts the fish. And so you're still fishing. You're just fishing with a much cooler rod than everybody else.
Yeah. Just to answer the question, is it this weekend or next? It's not this weekend. It is the following weekend. But if you go to attractionmarketing.com/Helen, all the details, the dates, and all the information that you need to know is on that link. But not this
Yeah.
weekend, the following weekend.
And if you subscribe today, if you register today, on Friday, I'm doing a group coaching session for an hour in a group for all the people that have their ticket. And I'm going to be doing some live coaching on anything you're working on in your business. Doesn't matter if it's for social media or for traditional network marketing, or for whatever you're working on. You can basically be on the hot seat, and I'm happy to coach you on any topic you want. Um, I charge $2,500 for one-on-one consulting. Our students get me for way less than that, and they get to get me in a coaching session like this. You, as a ticket holder for this event, will be invited to that private Zoom event, and this Friday, and it's at I think noon. Let me double check. Yeah, so the group coaching session is at noon Pacific, and so noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern, U.S. time. And so you'll be invited to that. We can interact. I can answer your questions. I can coach you on anything you're currently working on. And then the following week, we'll have obviously the event where we'll get to interact some more. And I'm going to also do some live coaching and live feedback. So on Sunday of every event, after you get your work done, I have the opportunity to review your work. And so I'll be doing some coaching for a couple hours on Sunday as well, give you feedback as part of that event.
Awesome. Incredible stuff. And that tool is absolutely amazing. And I think
Mhm.
most people, well, everybody can benefit from shortening that learning curve. Well, it's
Mhm.
still a big learning curve, but what is available to us this day and age is just incredible to help us to, get better results in our business. So I know you are incredibly busy, Ferny, and I just want to thank you for giving up your time to spend it here with me and, my audience here. If you could please thank Ferny for his time and for sharing that with us. I hope you can find time to sort of get to that event to learn everything that there is. I've attended plenty of events that Ferny and his team have put on, and it's incredible amount of value for like
Mhm.
next to nothing, an incredible amount of value. So you would not be disappointed.
Yeah.
So just go to attractionmarketing.com/Helen for the information. So
Yeah,
please thank Ferny. Yep, go ahead, Ferny.
I just want to say also, Helen, you mentioned that you're training at that event. You're actually training on one of the most important, if not the most important topic of the entire weekend. And that's like a thank you video and a thank you page. So after somebody opts in, how do you influence that person? After somebody becomes a lead, they request information. What you show them next is going to influence them towards making a buying decision or booking on your calendar. That's the part that Helen is training and speaking on. And obviously you're on her list, you're in her community because she's really good at that. So you don't want to miss that training from Helen. I think just that one training alone by Helen is worth the price of admission. And then some.
Thank you, Fernie. Again, I really appreciate your time here. So yes, please help me thank Fernie, and I look forward to seeing you at the event, hopefully. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.